Okay. Okay. Just want to kind of chat through the deck list that I've been playing the last couple of days. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm just going to change my personal settings for non-buddy chat requests. There we go. Anyways, moving swiftly on. It was somebody who was asking me about my deck, if you were wondering, which I was happy to oblige, but now the stream starts, I'd like to talk about the deck. So the last couple of days, I've been streaming this Naya deck, which I've been performing really well with. I've actually been quite surprised to some degree. Like the deck's 13-1, I would consider it to be 12-2, by the way, because one of those wins was against a disconnected opponent. It's been very promising, and I'm really looking for. I think this is a deck. I think Chapin correctly approached the format in terms of Fleecemane and Brimaz. He coupled it with block removal. I felt that being able to couple it, now that the format has gone away from aggro and more in this kind of control metagame, I felt it was correct to play more threats instead of just block removal. So being able to play like the Stormbreath Dragon and the Xenagos kind of puts you in a position where you're going to be able to overwhelm your opponent, while still having 4 Banishing Light to kind of have some level of disruption. One thing you'll notice is this deck is just chock full of threats. I mean, Keratin notwithstanding. Actually, Keratin's been interesting. Somebody discussed cutting a Keratin from this style of deck. My personal preference is not to in the main deck, but you were probably going to see me side out Keratin in almost all the matchups. The rationale for that is that Keratin is one of those cards that always does the right thing, main deck, but post board, you're pretty much always boarding in cheap cards. And against control, the games go long enough that you don't need a Sylvan Keratin, you'd rather have more threats. So you end up almost always boarding it out, maybe keeping 1 or 2 copies, and that's about it. There is one matchup where you keep it. I believe you keep it against red-green aggro. I'm not 100%, but yes. Start again, sure. Yeah. I like this deck. I made some changes over the last couple of over this test build. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like them or not, but the main deck pretty much stays as is. I think the main deck's pretty solid. You can make a case, I think, for cutting a Brimaz to add an extra Polukranos or Destructive Revelry. But that's really about it. I like having 1 Ajani and 1 Dictative Heliod. Dictative Heliod for me has kind of been like the super spice. Now, while I really liked it in the Chapin's list more than in this one, even if this makes more tokens, your opponents are more likely to keep in cards like Unravel the Ether and Destructive Revelry post board against this deck, because you're playing 4 Banishing Light, while Chapin's list only plays Courser, so they shouldn't really be keeping Disenchants against 2. But because you're playing the Banishing Lights, it makes sense for them to keep Disenchants, at which point Dictate becomes worse. If this was Chapin's list, I'd want to play 2 Dictative Heliod, so 1 pre-board, 1 post. But it is what it is. So I'd rather play an extra Ajani, because this deck has less card post board against the Bug deck. It does crush Bug, I think, pre-board. So you want a second Planeswalker that can kind of give you that card advantage you need, or pressure, whichever one is better. Moving on. Yeah, the only thing is maybe, but Brimaz is a really strong card in a lot of matchups, and is a good way to put pressure on the aggro decks, because the thing is, the aggro decks, while they're putting pressure on you, it is actually quite possible to overwhelm them and beat them down with, say, a Brimaz while making soldiers to block. So they're in this position where they want to attack but can't, because you're attacking with a Brimaz. But I could see adding a second Destructive Revelry for either the Brimaz or even the Polukranos, although I do like having an extra 4-drop here. That's also... Like, Polukranos, even if it doesn't match up well against the Silence the Beer Levers or Hero's Downfall, it is a 5/5. Your opponent has to deal with it. Like, it kills Ashiok, straight up. It goes through Prognostic Sphinx. And, yeah, they have to deal with the Polukranos. They can't really leave it in play. Why don't I like 4 Xenagos? One of the things I was considering was boarding in the 4th Xenagos, like having the 4th Xenagos on the board. The main issue I felt was that the matchups where you want to board Xenagos, typically Bug, I would say, also have Prognostic Sphinx. And the problem is that when Xenagos gets in a situation where it's bad, it becomes really, really bad. Like, if they have a Prognostic Sphinx in play, then Xenagos, all other copies of Xenagos become worse. I'm okay with 3 copies. You can make the argument for 4, but post-board, I think I prefer Perforos, which is less general purpose, but does deal with those threats quite easily. I'm trying Magma Sprays over Lightning Strikes. I'm not sure if these are better. They are worse against the Blue-Black Inspired deck, which is one of the worst matchups, I'd say, for this deck. So, not convinced, but we'll try. In the meantime, I'm also going to sign up for the 8-man, by the way. Before we start, I want to give a huge shout out to the guys who lend me cards. Andrew Quinn, George Newbold, Luke Southworth, I believe Dave Shedden also offered. I really want to thank those guys, because without them I wouldn't have been able to play these decks and test them on stream. So really massive shout outs to those guys. Yeah, as well, Peter Dunn and Marco C. Jones have been helping me a lot with in terms of the deck list. The Naya list I wasn't convinced of. Peter Dunn told me try Naya. I wanted to try Naya then with Brimaz and Fleecemane, and it's been really good so far. So, okay, let's start the match. This hand is fine, even if it's a little slow. I'm looking for an untapped land, ideally, off my Temple of Abandon. Yeah, now I'm really looking for a Temple of an untapped land. Desperately. That is pretty bad for me. I have to ship the Carotid, which is awkward. If I have an untapped land, I don't ship it, but yeah. Yeah, the deck I'm playing is, I suspect, very weak against aggro. Which is something you need to consider when playing it. I've had success with it, and I have been able to still beat aggro because I do play Banishing Lights, but yeah, this is a good example. This deck has a lot of trouble against aggro, so keep that in mind when playing this deck. Luckily, I get my land untapped. I mean, we're going to try these Magma Sprays out. This is the matchup where they're good. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. This is not good for me. Yeah. This matchup against aggro is not very good, especially when he's drawing pretty much the nuts. I could block the Favored Hoplite here. But I would rather avoid it here. Just because of Coordinated Assault, and I can still, I think, afford to play around that card. Vanishing Light is pretty okay here. Let me play Temple of Triumph first, since that's a free one. We're going to keep Mana Confluence on top. I really need the land for Storm Breath. So here, I'm just going to remove the Satyr Hoplite. I'm probably taking a lot of damage next turn, but it's gotta be done. So I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4 minimum. Then I have Storm Breath Dragon. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's awkward. I don't know if I can actually beat this draw. I'm taking free. I'm actually lost. Because the land on top is Mana Confluence. And I need the mana, so yeah. As I said, there is that drawback. I don't think the aggro decks are very good, but they do sometimes just not draw you. Let's see. Against Destructive Revelry is a little weak against the red-white Sivka deck. I'm just gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't hit too much. It hits Moggus Warhand, which is an Ordeal of Porphyros. It also hits Chain to the Rocks, which they probably board in against you. I like Magma Spray. Fate Conflagration is a little expensive, but I like it. I'll play Glares. I'll play Polukranos as well, just because it is a removal spell. I don't actually like Destructive Revelry in this matchup. And the mid-range Planeswalkers go away. Dictate goes away. I usually shave a Caryatid here. But then it becomes a little tougher as to what else I cut. Usually I just cut more Caryatids, although Brimaz can usually get cut. I prefer like having 2 Caryatids and free Brimaz. So that leaves me with 2 Caryatids. Polukranos. We're gonna try this. On the draw, I can sometimes cut a land. Yeah, I agree. This hand's completely fine. Hopefully it doesn't go... But yeah, this, by the way, I'm trying Fated Conflagration, but I suspect the mana requirements on this deck are just too harsh. Because I only play 2 basic mountains, so... Ooh. I think I can do better than Dragon. Like, I don't necessarily need Dragon. Okay. I'll put the Courser on top. I'll be quite tempted to play Courser because Banishing Light, I would want to get a threat that's been something's got happened to it. Oh, Hero of Ironas might challenge my perception there. But unless he goes double Ordeal, I should be fine. And I would rather have Courser right now in play. It's worth noting if you're playing the, yeah. So the changes to the deck that I made while my opponent's doing stuff is I changed 3 of the strikes for Magma Sprays. I added a Fated Conflagration and a Johnny over the Dictate and the Revel of the Fallen God. Oh, Chain to the Rocks. Okay. Well, I have a Courser on top, so I'm not worried. I also have a Polukranos, so... see, this is what I mean. This is what I was waiting for, is this play. Now, even if there is a loss in value in terms of, like, flexibility of removal, by playing Banishing Light, he doesn't have, I suspect, too many ways of... Yeah. Yeah. I definitely want to keep the Glare in case I get lucky and go, like, Courser... Okay, so he plays a bunch of red threats, of course, to kind of punish me, but... here I play Polukranos, because there's very few ways of him to do much about it. I could have played a Courser there, to be fair. But this deck only plays 2 Chain to the Rocks post board, so yeah, that's fine. Watch if he taps out that mountain and I draw an untapped land, I can munch on 2 of his guys. So I suspect he's not going to do that. So here I'm going to play Courser of Kruphix first. And then probably play Glare on Favorite Hoplite. Just remove everything he has in play. I could get back the Courser, but I think like removing the Glare is correct. Sorry, yeah. Removing the Hoplite is correct, probably. Just, I could attack here. But let me see. Do I attack here actually? 1, 2. I don't need to. I have Elspeth. Well, this is the start. This is just game 1, so I'm just starting out. Okay, he literally just concedes because he can't do anything. I really shouldn't be drawing cards and revealing them with Courser, by the way, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to be on the draw next game, which is going to be much worse. So on the draw, this is where it gets a little tougher. My curve is a little lower, so I can probably afford to play an extra Caryatid and drop a land. The land I want to drop is probably a Temple, just because I really need my untapped lands. Maybe I'm wrong about the Caryatid, but it seems okay. Let's see, what do I remove? If I remove a... The Gauntlet Temples are actually quite important. This isn't quite red-green Elspeth. It's basically like plays Brimaz and Fleecemane, so very different build. Let's see. Do I want to remove a land? And if I do, which one is it? Actually, nah, I'm okay. Actually, this build is fine. I don't want to remove a land because like it's not like extra lands are gonna kill me. Like, cause if they're extra lands, they're Temple, so they're scrying me to action and gas. So. Literally Naya good stuff. That's what the deck's called. Yeah. After this match, I'll kind of go through the deck. This is a terrible hand. This is pretty awful as well. Because I only have 2 lands and the 2 dragons are pretty bad. By the way, I kept dragons in because they do, like, pro white is actually quite a relevant ability. I think I have to mulligan this. It just doesn't do anything. It's basically mulligan to like 5 already. Oh my god. I have to keep this, but none of those hands were good. None of them. Oh, that is awful. This is gonna need a lot of help. That is not a lot of help. That is like the reverse of help. I think my opponent's just won. If he goes ordeal here, I just can't win. You're gonna lose matches like this. There's nothing can be done. Yep. This is interesting, actually. By the way, for Magma Spray. Let's see. He's gonna attack me down to 10. I've got no way to deal with it for 2 turns. I'm dead. Oh, it's worth noting. Yeah, here it's worth noting that Magma Spray wouldn't deal with an ordealed like creature, so maybe Lightning Strike is not that bad against heroic decks. I'm gonna have to just concede this game, like just reveal my hand. Maybe boarding a dragon out would have been correct though. Yeah, I probably boarded out incorrectly. Probably boarding out one dragon would have been correct. Like keeping in the caryatids. Dragon is a very good blocker against those decks usually though. There's very little they can do to get around it. Oh, it's frustrating. Not much I could have done. I'm pretty sure all those mulligans were right. So, like the one lander at 7, the two lander at 6 that has 2 dragons that I can't cast. Like a glare and nothing else. But yeah, I don't think I can play Fated Conflagration. This is not the because normally the red-green decks play very little white. Well, this deck plays 3 plains and 4 forests. So I don't think I can play Fated Conflagration. I think that's way too ambitious. So if you're gonna play this deck, don't play a copy of Fated Conflagration. The mana's just not there for it. I've been more experimental today to kind of try out things before the Grand Prix. Because the deck I had yesterday was quite solid. I'll actually rebuild the one I've had the last couple of days. Let's see. Main deck was identical. Yeah, the sideboard was different. I think I want to keep the Ajani over the Dictate because of the way this deck is positioned. So, kick out the Magma Sprays. Re-add the Lightning Strikes. Kick out the Fated Conflagration. And then this is the tough bit. What was the last card I had? This replaces Dictate. I had Revel of the Falling God, which I replaced. So I need one more sideboard card. Yeah, but Caryatid has to be cut in a lot of the matchups since it just... You boarding cards are usually better than it. Like, in the sense that a lot of the cards you board that are cheap tend to be good in their matchups. Or you're playing a long, grindy game where you don't need the Caryatids. I need something for the sideboard, if you guys can give me ideas. I fought a Reprisal. I didn't like it, though. I guess it does deal with Polukranos, but it just doesn't kill like the threat I would want to Reprisal the most. I play Polukranos over Polis Crusher just because this card is better against aggro, and unlike the red-green monsters deck, this deck has a lot more threat. You have 4 Brimaz and 4 Fleecemane, so because you're much more aggressive, having the the Polukranos is better. Deicide I don't like. The reason I don't like Deicide is because there's nothing apart from actual gods that you want to remove, and Destructive Revelry dealing the extra 2 damage is very relevant. I'd play 4 Destructive Revelry before a single Deicide on Unravel the Aether, personally. Like, the 2 damage doesn't seem like much, but it's relevant. It's definitely relevant. Sometimes you face Phyrexia, whatever. You still have like 4 Banishing Lights, not the end of the world. Yeah, I'm already playing 4 Glare of Heresy, 4 Lightning Strikes and 2 Glares. Don't worry if I shoot down an idea on stream, by the way. That's kind of part of the interaction. Yeah, but the Lightning Strikes have actually... The one matchup where Lightning Strike is good is the matchup against Black-Blue Inspired. And don't underestimate the power of going 3 damage to your opponent's face. Hunt the Hunter. I don't have enough green creatures, which is the first problem. The second problem with Hunt the Hunter is it still doesn't kill the threat I want to kill. Bow of Nylea. Bow of Nylea is kind of like this 15 sideboard card. You're like, oh, I have 14 cards on my sideboard. What could be good? Bow, that has a lot of abilities, right? It's just like okay, but I don't know. I think the sideboard needs a card that's probably good against Bug. I don't want to play Revel of the Fallen God. I don't think it's needed. I could, I guess. I don't like it though. Hammer is a good idea, actually. But the problem with Hammer in this format is that the key toughness is 4 and 2, so it doesn't really get punched through 4. Boon Sadir is interesting, but I think I'd rather prefer Dictate of Heliod over Boon Sadir. Even if Boon Sadir has 2 modes, this deck does produce a lot of tokens, so Dictate of Heliod feels a little more powerful than Boon Sadir. I could play a second Dictate. I don't really like Spear of Heliod, by the way, if you watched me before. Terrible pacifism. Might as well play Reprisal. It's like banishing like number 4. Oh, there we go. Playing again. Prognostic Sphinx is obnoxious, but I'm pretty sure this deck is kind of by design going to beat Bug. Like, it's basically Chapin's list, and with even less removal and more threats. Yeah, you missed the troll face there. The white Dictate is still better than the red one, since you're dealing pretty much double damage already, and just pumping your creatures. This is a pretty spectacular hand. Very nice. Very nice hand. Lack of red wow, so I even have the option to go Fleecemane if I want to. Which I wouldn't against Temple of Malady most of the time. Oh, Brimaz, that's an interesting one. I think I keep Brimaz on top, because now I have the choice of going Fleecemane Brimaz, which is actually quite important. He does play Caryatid though, so this is tough, because if he plays Course of this turn, I'll lose my turn by playing Fleecemane, so you'll be playing Red Deck Wins at Grand Prix Manchester. Best of luck to you. And I sincerely mean that. Okay, that's an interesting one. Eidolon of Blossoms. That's not good for me. I'm gonna need to get those Planeswalkers in place. Stat. Ugh, Elspeth. Ironically, Elspeth was not what I was looking for here. This hand was very good, but it wasn't very good against the Eidolon of Blossoms. If I knew he was on an Eidolon of Blossoms, I probably would have gone Fleecemane Brimaz to put pressure, but alas, I didn't know. Oh wow, okay, he's playing that version. So he's got a 5/5 with lifelink. Sorry, a 5/5 flyer. I guess I can like minus Elspeth to deal damage to that. Let's see what I can do here. If I get an untapped land off top, Banshee Light is still not the worst. But not having a land is a little awkward. Play Brimaz here. Yeah, I don't think Red Deck Winds is a good option if you can find something else. Ugh. One drawback about the Naya deck is you're playing much less removal. It may be correct to play an extra Destructive Revelry. The one good news about Brain Maggot is it does virtually nothing. I am tempted, by the way, to Banishing Light the Eidolon rather than the Herald. Just because the Eidolon is creating my opponent an advantage. I see a Hero's Downfall in my near future. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, there's the Hero's Downfall. Thankfully, we have Temple of Plenty to kind of generate an advantage. While normally I would put the planes on top to the bottom, being able to cast Elspeth seems rather important. I have the option of either playing Brimaz or Banishing Light. I'm going for Brimaz here purely on the fact that I'm going to be going for Elspeth's minus next turn. And I can save the Banishing Light for later. Oh. Apparently I have not paid my that mana correctly. There we go. Do I want Brimaz over Banishing Light? Is that what I want? I go to 7. I think so. Thoughtseize. Well, he's probably going to take the Banishing Light here. I still don't like the Junk Constellation deck. I think you could be doing better things in the format than this. It looks really good when the Eidolon survives, but if all the decks are engineered to beat aggro, yeah. But this is definitely one matchup where Chapin's deck is better because you have Silence the Believers, which, yeah. He took Elspeth, which is interesting. Oh, he has Brain Maggot? Okay, that makes sense then. Oh, he took the Banishing Light. Okay. Yeah, that Eidolon's been really good for my opponent. May as well play the planes off the top. Which makes that planes on top the worst, but whatever. Well, not the worst, because I would have had Keratin anyways. Let's see. Definitely attack with Brimaz. I could probably attack with Courser here. Let me think. He's gonna have Herald of Torment and 2 Brain Maggots in play. But if he attacks with Brain Maggots, I can kill the Brain Maggots, so he probably doesn't want to do that. So I'll attack with both. Because I have to put pressure on my opponent. Yeah, the reason I don't like Anger is because it kills Keratin and Fleecemane. Yep. Takes 4. Elspeth is gonna minus. Minusing kills the Eidolon of Blossoms, even if it's not the most efficient thing in the world. Because I guess I could +1. On the hope that my opponent can't win on this turn. But then, I could +1 actually. Let's see. If I +1 and he has Hero's Downfall, then he has 3 creatures to block 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's at 6 effectively from Herald. But he's not killing Elspeth. Oh, I don't know. If he has Hero's Downfall, right? I go to 2. He's at 6. He has 6 attackers, 3 blockers. 7 attackers, 3 blockers. So if I +1 Elspeth, I die to Hero's Downfall. Do I die to Banishing Light as well? Yes. If I minus Elspeth, I die in 2 turns to Herald of Torment, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. I'll minus Elspeth here. Killing the Eidolon seems actually worthwhile. There we go. You can easily attack Herald into Elspeth, but at least it's putting... I'm still putting pressure on him this way, at least. That Herald is attacking, yeah. Seems a bit of a weak trade, but sometimes you gotta do it. Maybe I can't beat Hero's Downfall, so I should have just like walked into it. That's the other flip side of that coin. By the way, I can't tap this Mana Confluence for mana anymore because he has a free powered beater. Or Silence the Believers. Or Doomwake Giant. Okay. So actually not making the tokens there was pretty good. Let's see. Doomwake Giant does stop Brimaz, which is more than awkward. Let's play Caryatid and Fleecemane this turn. I can't attack. Yeah. Oh, this is the one matchup where the Destructive Revelry feels like insane. Polukranos is actually really good because I'm going to be able to kill the Brain Maggots. I have 8 mana, so if I'm lucky and there's an untapped land on top, I can actually Polukranos twice. But yeah, my opponent still has a lot of cards, so it's not good for me. Hero's Downfall on the Brimaz, okay. And on the Fleecemane, wow, okay. I'm still sacrificing a Caryatid to Doomwake. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Especially if I can get my Banishing Light back. Yeah, Carotid is sacrificing to Doomwake Giant for sure. Let's see what I can get with Polukranos. Stormbreath Dragon. While the other Carotid doesn't die. Stormbreath's really good because my opponent's at 6. So now I can, at instant speed, Polukranos ultimate. So here I just pass the turn. Yeah, my opponent's at 5, and now he has to deal with Stormbreath Dragon. With 2 Heroes Downfalls gone. Actually, wait, no, free. So he has to have the 3rd Hero's Downfall? Okay. I don't think that deck plays Silence, does it? The deck has only 2 Silence to Believers. You might have it. Oh. Eidolon of Blossoms is an interesting one here. Shrinks my team. I mean, I'm pretty much all in on the dragon, I think. He doesn't have the mana for Silence if he has it, so I don't think he has Silence. I don't think he has Banishing Light because he would have played it. I think he's thinking of his combat step. But for me, I'm definitely getting back Banishing Light here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only have 7 mana though. So it means like Banishing Light plus Dragon may not be possible. Okay. By the way, of course, no, he does not play Bile Blight. Only Doomwake Giant. Interesting. I can't chump with Courser of Kruphix, or I could take 4. Although taking 4 is definitely not advised. Chumming with Courser does mean I won't be drawing a land off the top. Which means that the Banishing Light is definitely useless. Oh, this is tough. But I can attack with Polukranos. I could also activate Monstrous for Polukranos next turn, eating Eidolon and Brain Maggot. But then I don't get Dragon. Like, taking damage here might be okay. I wonder if I can Monstrous Polukranos and not kill anything. That might be the best play. Because then I block is 4/6. This is tough. Because yes, if I take this, I have to hope. I could also take the 4 here. But then Polukranos can't activate, and I can't play Dragon either. Chumping with Polukranos seems really weak. And if I get on top land, it's not even that good, because the Herald doesn't kill my opponent, so... Let's see, I draw Dragon, I play Dragon, I attack into Herald. I don't really want to go for the untapped land. That seems like low equity. Carotid means that I don't have the red mana for Dragon, but I have the mana for Banishing Light, and I do have time to draw into a little more. So I'm actually going to block with Carotid here. Even if it means I cannot cast a Dragon, I can at least cast a Banishing Light on the Doomwake. I think I'm so focused on Dragon when it already did its effect. Hopefully he doesn't have Hero's Downfall, but he wouldn't have attacked. He would have attacked with it if he had Hero's Downfall. Double block Corson Polukranos. Oh, why didn't you not speak earlier? That was the perfect play. Yes. Oh, yes, you're so right. Oh. You're so right. Oh, wow. I didn't think of that. That's very clever. Let's see. If I attack with Polukranos, it munches a Carotid. Because then it's dealing me free damage. You're so right. Double blocking is everything. It kills the Brain Maggot. It means that Doomwake Giant dies. One of the two dies, but I don't actually care which one dies. Yes, you're right. You're so right. Aw. You spoke up too late. It was like 4 minutes in. Let's see. I have a 6/6, but I think I take the Doomwake Giant here. And I can't attack, unfortunately, yet. Even if it is giving him time to come back. I can still draw the Dragon. Yeah. Oh, I should have attacked anyways, or... Nah, no, I shouldn't have attacked for sure, but... Yeah. Yeah, double blocking was the right play, and not even close. It's like the right play by miles. Like, yeah, double blocking did everything there. That's my fault. Didn't spot it. Yeah, double blocking would have been very, very good there. Because then his Doomwake Giant dies. I get back the Banishing Light. I can cast Dragon. Game over, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Instead, I just lose the game. The deck usually plays Banishing Light, but yeah. I may not board those in. Maybe one glare is enough. I was pretty much dead anyways. I had to hope that I could get a land for Dragon. If I double blocked, it would have been fine, because I killed the Brain Maggot and the Doomwake. Then he probably kills the Polukranos. And once he kills the Polukranos, yeah. In that game, yeah, that was the right play, double blocking. Because then he loses 2 creatures, and I've got a 6/6. And I can play Dragon and attack with it as well. Yeah, his white is light, so... this is a bit slow, but fine. It's got mana. I can get there. I think I played tight up to that double block, and then that double block was just wrong. Yeah, because Polukranos dies, and yeah. You can show the list if you want. I don't mind. Word to the wise, I don't like going turn 1 Thoughtseize. I'd rather just play a Temple. Like, there's very few threats that you have to Thoughtseize away that early. You might have Thoughtseize Brain Maggot. If his mana, like, if he drew well on his mana, but that's about it. Wow. All the lands. So happy I have Temples, but wow. Please tell me there's a spell on top at some point. He didn't go for Brain Maggot, interestingly, so either he doesn't have it or he has an Eidolon. Yay, Brimaz! You could have come this turn. It would have been awesome. I don't blame you, Brimaz. Wow, okay. Fair enough. It seems like my opponent has just declined to play a card. Which means I should be quite comfortable this game. I would hope. If he doesn't draw an untapped land, I should be okay, because the... Oh, man, he drew the perfect untapped land. How many swamps did that, like, run? Like... It runs 3 swamps. So you get... And 2 mana confluence. So you had 4 perfect lands to draw. I still have to play the Dragon, like, even if it is very likely to get Hero's Downfall. Just because it puts pressure on him with Brimaz. I can't, like, pass a turn. If he kills Brimaz here, then he has double downfall. Really frustrating there. He could have drawn a temple. That would have been fine. Why didn't, oh man. Well, he knows I have Elspeth. I could possibly have not played my land pre-combat and to give him less information there, but yeah, that probably was correct. I should still be okay, because he doesn't have mana for a Doomwake Giant. And he doesn't have a downfall, so the game's over. I don't see what he's going to do here. What did he keep? Thoughtseize, Downfall, Swamp Forest? What else was there? Yeah, one glare is probably correct. That deck plays Banishing Lights. Yeah, I think if he's playing, he might be playing Elspeth as well, because he's playing the Heralds of Torment. Brimaz did take over there, so there is a question, do I play another one? Over like the glare? Yeah, let's just put an extra threat. Maybe that's wrong, but normally I don't like Thoughtseize on turn 1, by the way. Oh, this hand is a world of awkward. Oh, while Destructive Revelry is really good, needing 2 white is really, really awkward. If I had, like, if one of these was a white temple, I would have kept, but I have to mulligan this. And this is just terrible, and this is also terrible, but a 5-er. Oh. Ugh, so awkward. Like, if I had 1 white mana, I'd keep the first hand. Yep. This is not going to be an easy one. Okay. Silver Lining, I guess. Would I like to mulligan? No. Oh. That looks like a Banishing Light? Yeah. That's pretty good. I'm still gonna play Courser Crewfix here. Maybe I should have played the Mana Confluence, because if I get an untapped land, then I'm gonna be tempted in playing it, and if he plays Eidolon. Wow, this hand keeps on delivering. Yeah, I should have played Mana Confluence there. Yeah, definitely should have played Mana Confluence. Because now he's going to play Eidolon of Blossoms. Yeah, I screwed that up. Big time. Yeah, because here's the thing. I do want to kill this, but now I can't play Dragon next turn because I screwed up. The alternative is I don't care about Eidolon, but I'm suspecting that's not the case. Oh, this is my own fault. I should have played Mana Confluence. Should have thought about that one a bit more. I definitely need to Magma Spray the Eidolon. Like, I can't let him run away with that much advantage. Bottom. Yes. He goes Carotid. I go Carotid as well. If he's playing Naya, I have a good hand. Like triple Dragon is pretty good again in the Naya mirror. Blossoms number 2. I guess it could have been worse. Hopefully I get an untapped land off the top for a dragon, but yeah. He probably has at least one Hero's Downfall. And here you see like the sad time. If I played Mana Confluence, I'd be completely fine. I'd be playing Dragon at least. Wow, the worst part about this is I want this on top, but it's really bad. Misplayed that so bad. Let's see here. I have 2 options. Brimaz or Xenagos. Brimaz is probably the better option here. Put that on the bottom. And yeah, I massively screwed up there. Like, if I went Mana Confluence on the turn I played Courser, then I kill his Eidolon. I have a Dragon in play. Which means Elspeth would have killed it. Okay, interesting. Does he know I have Dragon? No, he doesn't. That's true. Huh. Huh, that's interesting. So I possibly get to kill an Elspeth I wouldn't otherwise. That's quite fascinating, actually. I gain a life. Scribe, banishing light to the top. And then play my Stormbreath Dragon, attacking Elspeth. I think the lightning strikes were better, by the way. He has Silence the Believers on the top. Okay. Do I want to play Dragon then? Wow, he went double Thoughtseize? He went Temple of Blending Forest, and then went Thoughtseize. Holy smokes, what just happened? And he has Silence the Believers on top as well. Wow, okay, that was weird. I could play Xenagos, making a guy, but then he's going to have Silence on top, so... Just make the Dragon here, it's fine. Forces him to use the Silence right away. I can't believe he went like... Wow, he went double Thoughtseize on the Dragons? Oh, he had Silence the Believers this time. Okay. Maybe the Magma Spray wouldn't have made a difference in the world. Since he didn't draw a card off it, at least. Well, not like beyond what he had already. Swamp on top, okay. So he plays Temple of Malady. Put Swamp on the bottom. Why would he play Temple of Malady? Oh, because you have your Silence the Believers, I guess. So he's playing Chapin's List. Can't even attack with Brimaz. So he's going to go Silence the Believers 2 guys next turn. Definitely keep Elspeth on top. Attacking with Brimaz seems pretty weak. Since he can just block and kill Brimaz at no cost. So I'm probably gonna attack with Storm Breath. Let's see, attack with Storm Breath. I'd make a Satyr. And he has Elspeth's Sun's Champion on top. I suspect I'll be joining another 8-man shortly. Mulligan to 5 not helping, but it could have been avoided if I double blocked properly. Yep. Them believers, they got silenced. Still can't believe he went double Thoughtseize. That's insane. So Courser and Brimaz attack. Xenagos. So let's see. So Xenagos would go to 2, which is fine. Oh, I got another Elspeth? Oh no, that's his, sorry. My opponent definitely has an advantage. He has 1 card in hand, and even if I am playing Elspeth first, my opponent is slightly ahead because he has Courser and won't be drawing any duds. Especially not Hero's Downfall, apparently. Herald of Torment. So Elspeth is just going to die and I can't win. Okay. I'll be joining another 8-man. It depends, actually. I'm going to just see how this match in the daily goes. If I win the match in the daily, I'll join another 8-man. If not, I'm going to call it quits for tonight. That's an interesting attack. All like Xenagos, which means he probably has a downfall in hand already. Let's see what I can do. I can definitely kill the Brimaz, which doesn't seem too bad. I can kill the Brimaz, and unless he has a Brimaz in hand, that attack makes little sense. I guess he could downfall a token, but I don't fundamentally care. Yeah, so Xenagos goes to 1. Okay. Because now he has Elspeth, but I really need to find an answer to that Elspeth. And pronto. He has his, so. Xenagos the Reveler, huh? May as well not attack, I guess, but there's not really much point. Kind of awkward, he's drawing Hero's Downfall. Silence the Believers, maybe not as much of a problem. Yeah, I don't know if the Naya deck is the best Lion deck, Brimaz Lion deck. It's a good one. So far, it's not disappointed me. Like, I've lost a lot of matches when I was like something like 13-1, so I'm not gonna say the changes did much. Maybe they did. I don't know. Okay. So he played his Hero's Downfall. He still has an unknown card in hand. Okay, he's just using his position here to kill Xenagos. I want to make him work to kill that Xenagos, so. Do I want to trade Elspeth tokens here? Oh, okay, because I have a Xenagos. Okay. I could have maybe killed a Corsair Crewfix actually there. I didn't like think of it, which is probably incorrect. Brimaz? Yeah. That explains that previous attack. Sylvan Keratid's not going to do it. Basically, my one out's been taken out, which was Dragon. But now that he has Silence the Believers, that's it. I can't beat Dragon. Dragon can't win me the game if he has Silence. Elspeth's at 6, yeah? Yeah. Fortunately, I think my opponents won this game. I don't think there's a draw in my deck that does it. Assuming my opponent's not going to play terribly here. Yeah, my opponent's just passing the turn. Ooh, Banishing Light. That's a good way to get the job done. Get rid of Elspeth. You still can banish the Believer, silence the Believers though for, yeah. Just pass the turn. That Banishing Light was a good top deck. But my opponent has a lot more of those thanks to Corsair. Yeah, removes 2 Satyrs. Yeah, like that Temple of Malady on top. Like he basically drew just 4 cards off that Corsair on its own. Yeah, I can't kill Brimaz, unfortunately. Xenagos is going down. Yeah, Xenagos is going down. Well, Xenagos the first is going down. Thankfully, Xenagos the second is there. Banishing Light again. He does have a land on top, but it's a scry land. Oh man. Don't want to get rid of the courses. Is that the plan? He has 6 creatures. I probably want to get rid of Corsair. Even if normally I would keep the Banishing Light for something a little better. Then I have free wait. Then I have how many creatures to block free attackers? Free creatures to block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. So I can kill Brimaz but lose Xenagos in the process. I guess I could lose the Brimaz here. Wait, let me think. If I have 4 blockers, he can kill the Xenagos quite easily. This might take it to victory. Like, I only have 1 dragon left. I have 2 Elspeths. Fleecemane would be good. I think I'm just going to take the... Taking the course is probably the better long-term plan. Because I know he has a land in hand, so... Yeah, he goes Temple of Silence. I only have one dragon left in the whole deck, so yeah. Put it on top, which is really not a good sign. Block the cat soldier and block 2 soldiers. Brimaz plus Xenagos is not a bad combo. I don't need to... Do I play the Xenagos now? That's 4 blockers against 7 attackers, so probably not. Although he does lose in the process like pretty much his whole army, so... Actually, maybe I do that. Take a little more of a risk. Hopefully he doesn't have a removal off the top, but if it's not a removal, then I'm wondering what the heck it is. Oh, Courser. Yeah, that makes sense. Keratin on the top. That's pretty good. Oh, he has Temple of Plenty still. Oh, well. Ah, that's not good. Hero's Downfall. Elspeth. I don't want to tell him I have Elspeth, so let's keep it for now. Let's keep that a secret. He draws Hero's Downfall. Plays Mana Confluence off the top. I mean, if he doesn't play Hero's Downfall, then I'm okay, because it'll just make a bunch of 2/2s every turn. So he has to play Hero's Downfall, because the advantage is too great. Like, turn after turn, just turning out at 2/2. Didn't feel very confident, I gotta be honest. When he like, I saw Temple of Plenty, Forest, Forest, and then the next turn, I go wait to the other game, play that, come back, and I'm like, wait, why do I only have 1 dragon in hand? Oh, he went double Thoughtseize off basic Swamp and Keratin. I was like, okay. Yeah, so he kills the Xenagos. And now I've got an Elspeth just tucked away, ready for action. And a Destructive Revelry as well. So I am 100% playing that Destructive Revelry on Courser. I'll do it on Draw Step though. Don't have to do anything. Just pass and see what the card on top is. He has to read the bones. Ugh, that's really bad for me. I don't need to destroy his card then. I know he has read the bones off the top, so... Yeah, he plays Keratin. How many downfalls has he played? Two silences and 2 downfalls are gone? Okay. Reaper of the Wilds. Okay. Do I want him to read the bones first? Yeah, I'll let him read the bones, even if it means he could get a land off it. Maybe I'm a bit greedy. I want to see what he draws. He put Reaper of the Wilds on the bottom, which makes sense. He reveals Thoughtseize and Brimaz. Those cards are not very good. Yeah. With Ajani on the top, he can't actually beat Elspeth, so we're good. Sweet. Can't believe we won that game. That was rare. I want to try God of the Forge in this matchup. I think it's actually pretty... It probably is okay. We'll see how things go. One Brimaz can go. Carrotids go. Revelry goes. Do I prefer God of the Forge or Xenagos? Like... God of the Forge does put a lot of pressure on my opponent. Okay. It's quite possible, actually, that Xenagos is better. Yeah. I don't know about this Fated Conflagration, actually. Kills a Brimaz, I guess, but... it's kind of removal against Elspeth. I think I prefer having another Xenagos, so... Actually, Xenagos is probably better than Pelucranos. Is Fated Conflagration better than Pelucranos? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not going to play Conflagration in future iterations of the deck, by the way. I don't think it's good. I'm keeping it in for now. I need to try it out. He plays Reaper. Nah, let's go with this. Maybe like I'm boarding out Carotid, so I can't really play Conflagration. Mulligan. No, that one's fine. There's actually 2 lands. Okay, Basic Forest is an interesting one. Because he's either got... ooh, Elspeth is really good, but I need lands. Oh, let me... Yeah, he's got Fleece Mane. Oh, Carotid, okay. I wouldn't have kept Carotid in the matchup, but that's just me. Definitely keep the Forest on top. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. Fated Retribution, really? Just not convinced. I could play Banishing Light here. It is... Or I could play Corsair Crufix. Corsair seems better, actually. I want something on the table. I can play Banishing Light later. Thoughtseize. Silence the Believers. That looks like a silence. Probably has a lot of these right now. I think it was right to play Corsair, but we'll see. He missed a land drop. Maybe playing Corsair here is wrong. Maybe I should just play Banishing Light. Thankfully, I get lucky. I don't want the dragon on top. I need lands. Just because if Corsair dies, I'm gonna need a land. So maybe that was too greedy. Yeah, Thoughtseize. My hand's pretty stacked though. I don't lose on the spot, do I? I go to 12. I still have Banishing Light. Oh yeah, sorry, you're right. It was definitely greedy to play the first Courser. Um, the first Courser was greedy. I agree. The second one was needed, but the first one I agree was probably greedy. Yeah, he takes the dragon. He might not have removal for dragon. Or he might have a planeswalker. I'll probably play Polukranos. We'll see though. Do I want Polukranos or Xenagos? Xenagos is actually probably better just because it produces mana over time. He can kill Xenagos here if he does remove the Courser though. Oh, Thoughtseize is pretty good as well. Removing Elspeth is pretty key. He can't attack though. He could have attacked maybe if he didn't have the Thoughtseize, but now he can't attack. Because if he attacks, he can just double block the Brimaz, which... what? Like, there's nothing you could be playing here. I don't see why you would be attacking with Brimaz here. You can't even bluff for like a Boon Satyr anymore. I don't think you boarded in Feast of Dreams either, so... Okay, so he knows about the double block, which means he probably has a second Brimaz in hand. I gotta just go for it, like... What's the worst that can happen? He doesn't even kill my Satyr. Wow. I don't think he has an enchantment. Yeah, he could, but you still double block. Xenagos can add some mana, I think, here. I'd probably keep the Polukranos on top in case something happens to the first one. I should not play that Courser. Why? So I should just make a Satyr and play Polukranos is what you're saying? Right now I want to keep the Banishing Light for Elspeth. But yeah, you're right. I probably should have just made a Satyr. My rationale is if he had like a Hero's Downfall or something for like the Polukranos, he could have like killed Xenagos, which is why I did that play. But yeah, because Xenagos was at 1, so it just dies from a random Cat Soldier. But I guess I can, yeah. Hero's Downfall. That is one greedy, yeah. So okay. See, this is what I mean. Now, I can either kill the Brimaz or kill 2 cat soldiers. Okay, so he's attacking Polukranos with everything, which is interesting. So I can kill the Brimaz, which doesn't seem too bad here. But I lose like Xenagos. I'm okay with this. Yeah, Xenagos goes down to 1 and Brimaz survives. That's okay with me. Elspeth on top, that's pretty good. So, let's see. Do I make a... I definitely make a Satyr here. You could have free attackers. He needs 2 removal spells, right? 1, 2. Yeah, he needs 2 removal spells, so I should make a Satyr here. I could also play Banishing Light, but I want to save that for an Elspeth. Like, Brimaz is not relevant, really. He could not play that land fast enough. I think he has an Elspeth in hand, at least one. So if I play Elspeth, make tokens, I can monster this for free mana. If I'm lucky and have an online top land, make that 4. Oh wow, that was very lucky. Yeah, so I can go Elspeth and then plus. He could have removal for the Polukranos, I guess. I still don't get why Unravel the Aether is better. Destructive Revelry does the same thing. Like, they both kill... Like, I mean... If I swallow Silence the Believers there... This is going to be the greediest. I probably should have kept the white land on top, actually. I'm going to go with he doesn't have removal, because he would have probably played it earlier. This is probably way too greedy. I should have... This is way too greedy. Like, if he doesn't have anything, I win anyways. Yeah, this was too greedy. Far, far too greedy. It's very likely to have another removals. I mean, it's probably not Hero's Downfall, because you would have... Oh, really? Okay. Well, at least Elspeth's protected then, I guess. So I don't want to attack anymore. Even if it was greedy, I guess Elspeth is alive. I don't know if that was right. I mean, yeah. He's playing Elspeth. For which I have Banishing Light. Perforos, God of the Forge, is probably going to close the game quite quickly. So we're going to Banishing Light the Elspeth. Actually, what we're going to actually do is make some soldiers with Elspeth. Add some mana. Yeah, I don't think the shuffle matters that much. Remove Elspeth, and I have Perforos for the future. There we go. Pass the turn. No need to do anything. Elspeth is at 6, Xenagos at 3. Perforos on its way. Perforos is going to do a few things. Very well. Okay. I win the match. Like, next turn would have been nuts. Like, you cast Perforos with Elspeth dealing 6, then you add a ton of mana, pumping all your guys for like metric tons of damage. So 1-1 in a daily, 0-1 in the first 8-man. I'll see if I play the second 8-man. I'll play a second 8-man if there's enough time. Yeah, I'll play a second 8-man because it's about to fire, so. Yeah, Destructive Revelry is just better than Unraveled Aether unless you think you have to deal with gods. Like, if you have access to those colors, I don't see why you're not playing Destructive Revelry. This hand's okay. It doesn't have red mana, but I'm not mulliganing hands like this usually. Especially double temple hands. I'm pushing for lands here, mostly red mana. Courser would do, Sylvan would do. I'm playing Magma Sprays in the deck I've like connected with, I think, but I definitely play 4 Lightning Strikes on the board, plus an extra card on the side. Still don't know what the last card in the sideboard should be here. Maybe a second Destructive Revelry main might be correct. The problem is this card's quite weak against Bug and Chapin's deck. Like, you only have 4 targets. It's a good 4 targets, but you only have 4 targets. Maybe this is correct. Does anybody have an idea for the last sideboard card while I play this match? Well, I'm trying to get lands. Forest was probably not one of them. The perfect draw off the top would be Sylvan Caryatid. Oh well, that's fine. Temple would be good. Temple of Abandon, very good. Allows me to cast Brimaz into Banishing Light. I could get really destroyed by a Polish Crusher here, which would be awkward, but... hopefully he doesn't have it. So awkward. I may as well Banishing Light the Golden Hind. I felt it was better to play with Brimaz and take the risk. I want the extra green, I guess. Not matters much. Mountain on top is good because it guarantees my Elspeth next turn. Can't attack. I don't like Anger of the Gods. Because you're playing Carrotids and Fleece Mains. This is awkward because you could easily have Lightning Strike, so I'm okay with actually taking the damage here. Once I have Xenagos, I can double block without a problem. Or if he has a second Bullets Crusher, that's an awkward attack for me. Plays a little too perfectly into Elspeth. Shredding Wings doesn't do what I wanted, really. I might as well play Arbor Colossus if I'm looking for that. Could be God's Willing, I guess. Let's see. I don't want Brimaz against the red-green deck usually, because they have Storm Breath and Polish Crusher. And it matches up poorly against those cards. Hopefully he plays Dragon. Dragon would be good for me here. I could see an extra Glare, but usually Glare is a card that gets worse in multiples typically. I may as well let the Xenagos die, I guess, because I can't survive it. Yeah, Xenagos dies for sure. Making it a 2-2 and gaining 8 life isn't the worst. Fire Drinker say tier, huh? So I guess he could trade with Brimaz. Or not anymore. Oh, Xenagos of his own, okay. Ooh, that could be awkward. So he can trade my Brimaz for Fire Drinker plus Satyr. Oh, and then he can make a Satyr, but I have a cat token, so I can kill Xenagos this turn. Without any extra effort, which is good. And then I can Elspeth minus. Definitely need to do that. Yeah. I guess he could chump. But in that case, I still have a Brimaz back, so it's not too bad. Yeah. So he's probably... Okay. So he's putting Xenagos down to 2. He might have Dragon, but I still have to do this, I think. I think it's definitely correct to go Elspeth minus. Like, because those guys have trample, so. There we go. Nice and clean board. If he has Lightning Strike, at least I get free cards from my 1 Elspeth, so. Not too shabby. So I'm down a card from the Xenagos, but I'm up a card from the Elspeth. And that pause tells me my opponent doesn't have Dragon. He has Dragon. That's unfortunate for me. Oh, he's wondering whether to protect his Xenagos or not. No, you kill Elspeth. You always kill Elspeth. Not always, but it's a pretty close approximation. Oh wow, he attacks me. Must have a second dragon. Okay, he's attacking me, so he has dragon number 2 for sure. Satyr. He must have dragon number 2. That play makes no sense otherwise. Temple of Triumph. I guess I could attack Xenagos with everything I've got. If he has another dragon, what can I do about that? Not much. Do I want to take the damage from the dragon if he has Lightning Strike? Maybe I should have played Banishing Light pre-combat anyways, because I die to Dragon activation plus Lightning Strike. I can do it on draw step anyways, there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, but then he doesn't deal the damage. Yeah. We're the only ones still in game 1, of course. Man, I so wish he had tapped out for that dragon on that turn. I don't think he was that bad, so... let's see. Elspeth has to die, right? Like, you can't leave Elspeth in play any longer. It's been too much already. So glad, by the way, I banished you like that Golden Hide eventually. No, he just wants to hit me. Okay. I can't do anything about it, so sure. I don't think he's trying to trick me. Like, if I have an Elspeth, that thing is like getting minus Fire Drinker Satyr, huh? Like, I'm going to +1 Elspeth and then minus Elspeth. Just for safety. What could I do here? I'm just going to attack with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I can't actually play Banishing Light, so I'm just going to attack with Brimaz and Co. And if he wants to take down Brimaz for a chunk of his life total, he's more than welcome to do so. But I'm definitely going to be +1 in Elspeth and then -3 Elspeth. Even if I have Corsair Crewfix in my deck, I think it's better to just get rid of the extra card because of Dragon. Okay, so Satyr sticks around. He's at 7, +1 Elspeth. There's too many top decks in my opponent's deck, so I have to play the second one and minus it. Even if it's not card advantage friendly, it's still the right play in most circumstances. Choose an Elspeth to keep. I will keep the one I haven't activated this turn. Here we go. Most expensive Vanquish the Fall ever. But, whatever. You do what you have to do. Okay, so he Magma Jets me end of turn. Wow, he didn't Magma Jet killing Elspeth? That's either very greedy or very brave. Yeah, so you got Magma Jet and got in a land. Wow. I took the damage already. Wow, okay. Elspeth is alive, I guess. Like, with Banishing Light, my opponent can't win. Because I have 3, 4... Assuming he chumps the Brimaz, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. Like, chumping with something else that's, like, not the Satyr. So he put a card on bottom. And I don't think whatever card he puts on top is going to matter. Because he also has Mana Confluence, so... yeah, he can seize the game. Cool, I got a bit lucky there. So because he's playing the red-green aggro deck, we're playing Magma Sprays and Strikes. I think Magma Spray is better, but only to kill on the killing creatures side of things. I have to board in Conflagration because he's playing Dragon and Polish Crusher. I'm boarding in Arbor Colossus and Pelucranos. The Johnny goes away. Dictate's not really needed in this matchup. It's not the matchup for it. I tend to side out one Brimaz because it matches poorly against Polish Crusher. I'm boarding out all the Banishing Lights because even if they kill like Xenagos, they don't do anything else. I really want to just carry... oh, wait, I have Destructive Revelry. That goes out. I just want Caryatid accelerating me into Frets. Do I want to play, actually, the Dictate of Heliod? Do I want to play Dictate? I'm going to see how it is without Banishing Light, because Banishing Light just seems badly matched against what my opponent's bringing in. Fate. No mulligan of this. And this hand's perfectly fine. Allowing me to go Keratin into Courser. There was an option there actually to go Mana Confluence and pass, which might have been better than playing Temple, but that's a rarity. 1, 2, 3, 4. I already have 4 mana sources, and I've got a Courser, so I'm okay without that. So we're going to start with a Temple of Plenty. Bottom. Plays Golden Hind. And this is where it gets difficult, is do I want to Magma Spray? I don't think so, because I can always Magma Spray the turn after, so I'm just going to play Caryatid into a Courser. I may regret it, but I do have Arbor Colossus and Dragon, so... But yeah, if I played Mana Confluence, I would have actually been in a better position. Because I would have been able to go Magma Spray end of turn and Caryatid. Do I want to accelerate a Caryatid this turn? When he plays Temple of Malady? Not really. I'm okay waiting a turn on Caryatid. Let's play this land. Don't want the second one, that's for sure, though. Xenagos the Reveler. Okay. That can be awkward. Thankfully, Dragon will just take care of that shortly, hopefully. Play Courser, Crewfix. Play Mana Confluence. And Magma Spray the Golden Hind right away. Okay, so he can take the Caryatid here. I don't mind too much, though. I think if he takes the Fret... Like, if he takes a Fret, the Caryatid becomes worse anyway, so... So Xenagos does potentially give him some mana as well. Fanatic of Xenagos. I will not pay tribute. I'd rather he has a 4/4 haste. No. Your guy is a 4... Yeah, has haste. That's fine. It's not a problem. Mine does too. Yep. Take 4. Gain a life. And kill Xenagos. He probably doesn't have a dragon, so definitely... He took the Caryatid, which I don't agree with. I don't think it's the right play. Probably on bottom, yeah. Like, I'm not exactly rushing out of the gates here, so... Like, he's not exactly rushing out of the gates, and... This might be painful, though. I still have to kill Xenagos. It's going to create more pain over the match. Okay, so I can play Banishing Light on that. Let's Temple of Plenty first. Yeah, that's on the bottom. I can play Banishing Light. You might have a second one, though, but... Yeah. Fated Conflagration on the Courser. Ooh, that's going to be tough, because now I'm going to take 7 go to 8, but then I have a second Courser and a Fleecemane, so I should be okay. I also have Brimaz, so I can go Brimaz, Fleecemane, or Courser. I think going Courser first is probably correct. I'll lose some life for the Fleecemane here, since I can gain it back with Courser, and yeah. No combat. Wow. So he went Thoughtseize. Number 2. That's not as good. And he has a Hero's Downfall. And I drew a land. All this is not good. Wow. Like, I may as well, but I'm not happy about it. This is why I said taking the Caratid was wrong. Like, taking the Caratid was probably the most useless card. Harness by Force the Dragon. Ooh, this could not be good. So, let's see. Can trade the Fleecemane. Then I die. Okay, fair enough. He's won me on that one. Need to remember Harness by Force. It's an important card. Do I still want Banishing Light? Probably over 1 Caratid at least. Especially on the play. Maybe even 2. 2 Banishing Lights should do the trick. Get rid of Xenagos. Herald of Torment as well now. Okay. Do I want to play Fleecemane without the ability to Monstrous it? What's the alternative if I don't? He just goes Herald, Bestow, and then I'm in trouble. Oh wow, okay, he left the mana up. That's interesting. I guess I'll play Fleecemane. Maybe that was wrong. That was probably wrong. Yeah, that was wrong. Must be wrong. Yeah, if I wait a turn on the Fleecemane, the problem I have is it's too easy to Hero's Downfall the Dragon. Yeah, it's too easy to Hero's Downfall the Dragon. And, like, then he just goes Herald of Torment and my Fleecemane becomes irrelevant. Okay, he has Banishing Light on top, which can get back Corsair Kruphix, I guess. So he has Herald of Torment and probably has another removal spell. Although, no. If he waited, he doesn't have another removal spell, right? Just goes Herald? Wow, that's a weird play. That is weird as heck. Well, I'm definitely going to play Mana Confluence. And Smash. This dragon did way more damage than it should have. I have no idea why he downfalled the lion. Would I like to play first? Yes. Would I like to mulligan? No. That's a Fleecemane into Brimaz hand. Bit of damage, but not too much. Elspeth, aww. He definitely has to kill a dragon. Okay, now what do I do? I need something good. Xenagos is perfect. Like, there is the awkward part where, like, it dies, but it kills Elspeth. That's a perfectly acceptable use of Xenagos. Killing Elspeth is perfectly acceptable. Brimaz, it might be terrible, like if he draws the right card, but I'll keep it for now. Okay, so here we go, Temple of Triumph. Force is interesting, since I don't take as much pain, but I'll ship it to the bottom. Yep. This is aggro. This is aggro as it was meant to be played. Wow, he went Banishing Light on the Elspeth? On the Xenagos instead of just killing it? Fantastic. I could not have hoped for better. And he played Brain Maggot when I have no cards in hand. And he attacks me. I don't understand any of this play. Like, that, none of that play made any sense. He could have kept the Banishing Light, and I guess the Brain Maggot, like if he's playing Junk Constellation. Oh, Lightning Strike. Boo! Ruiner of Fun. Brimaz is probably quite good here. Okay, he blocks. Then F6. And also F6 on your turn. He plays Golden Hind. Let's see. I can definitely attack with Brimaz here. First and foremost. I think I'm going to then play Sylvan Keratin and Fleecemane. Oh, he went Eidolon of Blossoms? How fortunate of him. So I can't attack with a Satyr, but I can attack with Brimaz, trading for Herald of Torment or Eidolon. I guess trading with the Eidolon isn't too bad. If I attack with a Satyr, actually... No, attack with a Satyr is fine, because he has to chump then. Yeah, that Lightning Strike on Fleecemane was a shame. Especially since Lightning Strike is actually pretty terrible against the rest of my deck. I think Fleecemane is the only card along with Xenagos. Okay, so he does level block the Brimaz going to free. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to kill the Eidolon of Blossom since this is card draw engine. And the Herald is actually going to just kill him eventually. Let's Monstrous the Fleecemane right away. He might have Bioblight, but I think he would have played it there. I can't see someone at free like me having the patience of a saint at that point. Now he's at 2. Do I want to go Sylvan and Xenagos? I could also go Xenagos plus 1 Sylvan, but that actually seems weak. Okay, so we're going to make Caryatid and Fleecemane. Even if it does pain me a little to do this, it's correct. Hopefully it doesn't go... Polish Crusher and Dragon are both awkward here, but... So he had another Eidolon off the Eidolon? Oh, that's unfortunate for me. He is at 2 life, so... He did concede the game as well, so no worries there. That was easy. Junk Constellation. Let's get in some Revelries, some Pelucranos, some Magma Sprays, a Lightning Strike, then a Glare, boarding out Dictate, boarding out the Caryatids usually, boarding out the Ajani, boarding out the Caryatids and the Ajani. What else? Board out Brimaz. I think Pelucranos is good against it. Xenagos I don't like as much. I don't actually like Glare against it. We're fine. Now the good news is I can always Monsters the Fleecemane if he does only have a Polish Crusher. Okay, he might have a Dragon, but if he has Dragon, he might hesitate on attacking. If I was him, I probably wouldn't attack actually. Such a drawback to attack here. Like the swing back, the crack back is huge, but if he doesn't attack, then he's actually fine. I mean, he could take a maximum of 6, I guess. Do I keep this hand? I won't mulligan. Okay, he attacks me. Wow. No fear. Must have Harness by Force or something like that. I can't think of another reason why he'd do that. Harness by Force, like, copy, but as long as I'm relatively cautious, I should be okay. I could play Xenagos here. Let me play the Temple first. That's the easiest, obvious thing to do. Okay. If I play Xenagos here, I can make a Satyr. That doesn't actually seem too bad. Do I want to... No, because I'm making a cat, so it's fine to... Yeah, Satyr here is really good. Even if the Xenagos dies, it buys me enough time, so... Like, the fact that the cat soldiers have vigilance is really good here. I'm really wondering why he attacked me. Is he... Like, on the clock, it's not looking good for him. I should really F8 here if I can. That was a surprising attack with the dragon. Oh, hello. Eh. I just noticed Dizzle is visiting. Hi. Yeah, just because I'm playing 2 matches at once, I can't really show you guys the deck in detail. Once the matches are through, I'll go back to the deck list I'm currently playing. When Temple of Abandoned bottom, so that's probably good. This is a good deck. I like it. I play terribly though, so it's all fine. It's all fine. Okay, so we went Caryatid. Let's play. Yeah. This isn't a simple format. Still wondering why he attacked with Storm Breath Dragon though. Like, even with what I had on board, it was incorrect. And this is why I like Lightning Strike over Magma Spray. Or at least one of the many reasons why. Like, with Lightning Strike, I'd be completely fine here. But with Magma Spray, I'd just do nothing. And both my Xenagosses do nothing either. Yeah, I tried the Magma Sprays. They're coming out. They're going to be Lightning Strikes. Maybe it's more efficient for some matches, but just being able to kill stuff, yeah. Yeah, like a Lightning Strike there, like just cutting that tempo. Oh, I could have Magma Sprayed twice there. That might have been the right play. Yeah, I should have double Magma Sprayed. Oh well. Okay. Yep. Well, he's at 8. It's not too bad. Yeah, if these were Lightning Strikes, this game would have been over. Because I can just point him at his head as well. Let alone the killing this stuff. Jeez, my opponent really likes to attack me. I'm not going to activate these mana confluences. Not that I... Well, let me see. I think assuming I don't screw this up, I'm okay. I think that should do it. My opponent blocks this and then takes the damage from these guys. Okay, yeah, go down to whatever that is, 2. lose to removal normally in this scenario, but it's like, does my opponent have removal here? Highly likely. Can I win through removal? I can go Elspeth and then double Magma Spray. Yeah, I can go to 1, that's fine. So I can go Elspeth, minus, and double Magma Spray. Oh wait, that doesn't work either, potentially. Let me just finish this game, assuming... Oh, magic is hard. I know spray is only creatures. What I meant is I could go Elspeth, kill, and double and spray again. I'm just trying to think what the best line of play is for me here. I could get like Mega Token Xenagos, Banishing Light, and just hope for the best. Like my opponent having no removal. I can Banishing Light the Herald of Torment and then double Magma Spray the Herald. That actually seems like a plan. Yeah. Then just kill this thing now. No need to let him draw something like a Boon Satyr if he manages to have one in the deck. He goes for Lightning Strike on the Fleecemane. Assuming I monsters the Fleecemane, there's nothing he can do, right? He takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if I monsters the Fleecemane, it just protects itself, so... Like, he can kill the Fleecemane, but then he dies. To, like, the rest. That might have been better to Polukranos, yeah. Yeah, okay. Lightning strikes me, but I've won that match anyway, so don't know why he was posturing. I wasn't gonna, like, screw up, so... Okay, so he's at 3 life. And he does, unless he has Bile Blight, I'm pretty safe. I'll just pretend he doesn't have it, and if he has it, we'll do something about it later. So Mega Satyr and attack. If he has Bile Blight, he has Bile Blight. He doesn't. Okay, cool. Yeah, though, sorry, I didn't have the time, but, like, there was a line of play I was thinking where, if Xenagos could, like, you could kill a creature in response to Xenagos, which is actually quite a valid line of play. So, we're 2-1 in the daily, 0-1 in the first 8-man, and 1-0 in the second 8-man. By the way, the list plays Magma Sprays, the ones I'm playing in the tournaments, but I would advise Lightning Strikes. I've learned my lesson, I'm playing Lightning Strikes. There was like one scenario, like maybe 2 scenarios where Magma Spray would have been better. I'd rather have, because in the original red-green deck, I agree that you want Magma Spray to be as efficient as possible. But because this deck does have Fleece Mane and Brimaz, Lightning Strike actually can go to the face, you know, if you're racing, so that's always an option. Still need to find a 15 sideboard card. Could be the 4th Revelry. I don't like the Fur Glare. I don't want to call it Xenagos. 3 feels like the perfect number. Oh, starting the 8-man again. No, I wouldn't play Jet over Strike. No. Like, Blue-Black Inspired isn't a great matchup either, and Strike does kill King Makar and Daring Thief. I'm on the play, so I could draw a White Swords for Brimaz, and like this hand is either incredible or terrible. I'll try it. I'll give it a shot. Hopefully I see a Temple of Triumph on the top. Johnny is not what I was looking for here. Carotid would be very good. Temple of Triumph would be very good. Most of the other cards would not, but a land would be acceptable. That'll do for now. If need be. Yeah. Fading Conflagration got taken out. It was there for a bit, and I was just like, it's not good. Okay, he has the Carotid, so he's kind of broken serve there. Fading Conflagration would be quite good, to be fair. So he has a Silence of Believers. So he's probably on the Chapin's junk list. Actually, wait. I may as well wait in case he has Thoughtseize. He doesn't, but yeah. He does have Silence of Believers, but I don't think I mind if he does it on Dragon. It does make my draw a lot slower if he does do it, but sorry, if he makes it on Courser. I have enough threats. I don't necessarily need Fnatic or Xenagos. Plus, they can choose what to do with Fnatic, and having a free is a really awkward size. Especially a free with like no abilities. I could put an additional Dictate, I guess, or I have a second of Johnny though right now. He's playing Chapin's list. I think it's time to Dragon here. Just put some pressure on. Dragon. Even if he has Silence the Believers. Another Fleece Mane. So he has Read the Bones and Silence in hand. Yeah, for me, like, I'm not sure whether Nye or Chapin's list is better. The Nye deck's been pretty good, but yeah. Dictate isn't that bad when you're playing like Brimaz and Elspeth and Fleece Mains and yeah. And strangely enough, the +2/+2 does also make cards like Courser better. I'm not saying it's like the end all be all, but it's pretty good. Wow, read the bones. He's gonna read them bones. He's not afraid. Okay, he has Elspeth on top and reveals 4 silence. Hooray. Oh wow, Brimaz, okay. He has like no fear whatsoever. I could play Banishing Light. I'm playing Banishing Light, but I'm wondering whether to do it on the Courser or the Brimaz. I suspect I want it on the Courser with because he has 2 mana confluence. I could do it post combat. It doesn't matter when I do this, to be fair. But I definitely want to put my opponent at the lowest life total possible so that if he goes Elspeth, I at least have the dragon. And yeah. He has enough cards in hand as well that he's going to have to silence, potentially, before my turn. All the dragons. Yeah, that was, he was reading some bones. But yeah. The one advantage of this Naya deck list is that it tends to be Chapin's deck. I don't think I've lost to Chapin's deck with the Naya deck yet. I mean, like, I've lost games, but that's about it. I guess I eat the soldier, and if he has a... Like, if he wants to buy up like this, sure. I don't think he can summon Elspeth. Oh, I see what you mean with playing Dragon number 2. Yeah, sorry, that was correct. Because he goes to 2 and he can't cast Elspeth off Mana Confluence. Yeah, that's correct. Like, even if he has a land off Courser, he goes to free, goes to Wadden and dies. Yeah, that was correct. Unlikely to matter, but yeah. Because I have that many dragons. But could matter. I agree, it's should play optimally if I can. Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely agree double dragon would have been the way to go. He has to kill the dragon now. Not that it matters, but yeah. Yeah, it would have been quicker to play both dragons, and then he has no choice. Show the 4th dragon as well, just to make sure. So he's like, oh no, he has a dragon on top. What am I going to do? Oh, it doesn't matter. There was this one here too. Jeez. Okay, that was a bit of a nut draw. I think I like God of the Forge in this matchup. I want to try it at least. Brimaz isn't great. Xenagos tends to be on the weak side in this matchup. Although my curve is really high now. Probably one carrot is probably fine. Just go for greed. It's maybe a little too greedy actually. That should be okay. Sigh. That's pretty good, I don't disagree. It's a pretty good ratio. Where did you get most of that cash? Like, did you top 8 a bunch of GPs? Like, I thought you had more pro points than that if you had that amount of cash. Oh. Wait a second, that doesn't count. I'm not sure about this sideboarding strategy, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, my record is, they did like a magic challenge or something in Amsterdam, where I basically had a double buy. So I played a 16-man draft where, yeah, a 16-man draft where if I went 2-0, I think. Yeah, if I went like 3-0, like 4-0, I won $2,000. I ended up going 3-0 and splitting like the finals for 1,500 each. It's like, how much fat do I want? All of it. I want all the fat. I'm gonna just run out my Corsair even if it's not at advantage because I want him to start like going down on Polukranos. Like, I want to run down his removal so Polukranos and Storm Breath start taking over the game. Yep. See, he has Hero's Downfall, so yeah, I run out the Corsair, it's fine, right? Oh wait, can't do that. I need untap land. My apologies. I would, but unfortunately need the untap land. I guess. that feels already really good. You've never day two a GP, Luke. Yeah. So my opponent has Elspeth and Hero's Downfall. And no lands. Do I just run into the hero? This does kill my Corset to an Elspeth, but I know he's got a Hero's Downfall. I'll probably just pass the turn, to be honest. Yeah, just make Dictate end of turn and then Stormbreath Dragon or something like that. Depending what he get. He does have Read the Bones. So at least that way he takes 10 unless Courser dies. Yep. So he's got a Temple of Plenty and a Courser. He's probably playing the Temple here. I suspect that Silence the Believers is not going to stick. Oh, it is. Okay. So that means he has to draw an untapped land to play Elspeth. Let's just play Crucible of Fire. Oh, and in an Arbor match, probably should do Temple of Plenty here. Xenagos is fine. If he doesn't have an untapped land, these dragons are gonna start stinging. Yeah, I'm probably playing Dragon here anyways. Although Temple of Plenty is for free scry. I'm okay with a Fleeceman going on the bottom here. Vanishing Light's pretty good. Dictate is very rare. I'm probably the only one who champions it. Oh, he got the untapped land. So he's going to go down to 1. Oh, no, he gains life as well, yeah. Oh, that's annoying. Kind of banked on that. Ugh. The Naya deck does lose pretty horribly to aggro. So I think this guy's in the daily, so this is, yeah. Yeah, obviously you go Elspeth, right? Obviously minus Elspeth. Yep. Unfortunately for me. Banishing Light on Elspeth doesn't make much sense, so I'll just play Dragon. Just hope he doesn't have Silence the Believers. Sorry, not Silence the Believers. Hope he doesn't have the mana for it. The double one. Brimaz is pretty good here. Provides me with a reliable income of chum blockers against favored Hoplite. If I get that lucky. Yeah, the downside of the Dictative Heliod, it's not hidden, unfortunately. I think I went a little too deep. Like, I have so much fat in my hand. I mean, my opponent does have 8 cards in hand. He can't really... Ugh. He has Aqueous Form now as well. Fantastic. So, I need a Banishing Light, and that Banishing Light or bust in the heroic match. Okay, so... He's only got 6 mana, so he can't actually survive the second dragon coming his way, which is good. Oh, okay, that's one way to win, is my opponent loses connection to the game. No blockers. And because he only has 6 mana, just play dragon number 2. It's worth noting in this match, if I didn't have the second dragon or he had untapped mana for silence, like I could just go Elspeth for free freeze. Obviously I kill him this turn, but otherwise I'd just play Elspeth and make free freeze. That's the real purpose of Dictate, is to like make Elspeth tokens just, well, not just Elspeth token, but like Brimaz tokens as well become insane. Oh, he could have double downfall, that's one option, yeah. Yeah. Now he has silence as well. Okay, well, the game continues then. I guess I'll have to make Elspeth tokens. Yeah, he could have 2 downfalls. Sorry, I didn't think of that. Oh, he's starting... Oh, he doesn't have them. I'd be slightly worried there. Blockers. I can't block that. Humongous. Oh, wait, he went Ordeal again? Holy smokes. Can I even beat this thing if I don't draw into a Banishing Light? No. Like, the question is, do I Temple... I have to Temple of Abandon just to get a Banishing Light. That's a nutty draw. Oh man, that's a very nutty draw. I suspect that kills me, right? Yeah, that was a good draw from my opponent in that match. Did not have what I needed there. So, the match where Magma Spray is allegedly much better. I I could have Fated Conflagration, but it's a little on the expensive side. Johnny, Dictate. An Elspeth goes, I think. Just one. Brimaz goes. I'll shave a Storm Breath against the white-red, but probably not the blue-white version. Xenagos goes, and Carrotids go. Why is Dictate of Twin Gods becoming popular? Like, in what deck? Mulligan 6, yes. This, on the other hand, is pretty good. Maybe it was correct to play, like, Elspeth there, but if he has Hero's Downfall, I still have free 1/1s. Free freeze, sorry. Maybe that was incorrect. I was shipping the Brimaz. I feel like I want lands or possibly another threat. Okay, I'm not gonna wait until he untaps. That thing dies now. That I think I can wait on, but mostly because he has a mana on top, I don't really just want to walk into into God's Willing right away. Yeah, Dictator of the Twin Gods is unlikely to be a card you're looking for in most scenarios. Okay, Aqueous Swarm. Oh, he has an Ordeal. Well, if he has an Ordeal, he has an Ordeal. That goes so fast. If he goes Plains Go, I'm in probable trouble. Now he's just going to protect this till the end. This is unlikely to succeed, but may as well go for it. Yeah. Well, now that he has Ordeal of Heliod, yeah. Still has mana for it, but let's see about Brimaz actually. Do I want to keep Brimaz? Probably not. I want to go for removal. He has God's Willing, but oh, he doesn't. Wow. That changes things quite a bit. Just play a second Corsair here, and okay, so he doesn't have God's Willing. That's an interesting one. Aqueous form, okay. I think my Destructive Revelry might be quite good in a next time. Wow, that's I can't block it. Don't disagree with that. Banishing Light seems pretty sweet though. I have a few options. I could. It's a lot of auras though, so I don't really want to. Let's see. Because I have Destructive Revelry, I can take the risk here and smash in for damage. I could Revelry this. Sorry, I can just put on the pressure by attacking with Dragon, since now I've got 13 with Revelry. That's lethal. Why not attack with Dragon? What could happen? What's the worst that can happen? If anything now, like, if I remove the Fabled Hero and he doesn't have anything for that, I win. Problem if he does have something, then it's awkward. I'll just play it out, just see what happens. Since this thing can only block flyers, and I can attack my opponent down to 1. Don't need to do anything yet. Just that's why Dragon wasn't on D, because Destructive Revelry probably stopped anything that killed me that turn, and I have Banishing Light as well. So yeah, and he didn't have God's Willing, so he has to have a lot in a sequence to get there. I am wondering about Arbor Colossus, but I don't think there's anything I want to board out for it. I think this is fine. By the way, we're 2-0 in the 8-man. Speaking of the 8-man, I probably should pay a bit of attention. Let me pay a bit of attention to this match. Okay with that on top. Would I like to mulligan? It doesn't have any removal, but it's a very good curve. Maybe this hand wasn't good, actually. I don't have the Great Rival. I think Brimaz matches well against that card. Favorite Hoplite. Dragon Mantle, huh? So let's see. You can pump to kill Brimaz. Otherwise, I take some damage. I can always take this one. Because he puts me down to 14, but then I've got Destructive Revelry up for next turn, and I'm dealing him the same amounts of damage. Or I could draw the Brimaz right away to punish me a bit for that. I'm okay with that on top. Because yeah, now I can just attack with Brimaz here. Okay. Yes, that's good. Yeah, I'm suspecting that having removal might be more important than curving out myself. That's not very far off. Dragon Mantle number 2. I could have at this point like killed it, but he's drawing cards that don't matter, so. Aqueous form, okay. Wow. That is a lot of stuff. I suspect the removal heavy hand is better than... Holy! What a curve! By turn 3, he's got 2 creatures with 2 ordeals. And both of them are pretty much unblockable. It's a free 2, so we're fine here. Okay. No worries, that's fine. Uh, yeah, I still wouldn't play the blue-white heroic deck. I mean, but sometimes you do get the nut draws. You know, it does happen. Yeah, that's it. You got the nut draw. That was unfortunate. So I lost to the kind of black, red, white heroic deck. 2-0. I did feel this deck was weak against aggro already, so I'm not too surprised. Yeah, that Fire Drinker Satyr definitely has haste. Shame not to get the packs from the daily. I would have happily swapped those two, but I don't think there was much I could have done in those games. So they're pretty nut. Like that draw was pretty nuts. Our black, red, white. You're kind of losing the best engine in the format of Courser and Sylvan Caratid. Speaking of Caratid, finally a matchup where I keep it. Xenagos actually against the deck with plenty of 2/2s is pretty okay. I can board out one Elspeth. To be fair, I'll probably board out dragons against the mono red player since they are probably the weakest card. Want an untapped land if I can find one. There are a few alternatives. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yep. Definitely gonna lightning strike something. I don't know what that something is though. Yet. Interesting one. Vanishing Light is a good way to solve the Warhound problem, but yeah, still a question of time. I could also play a second Courser. I'd rather push Brimaz to the bottom right now. I think. Actually, wait a second. Why would I push Brimaz to the bottom? Seems pretty good against all the free frees that are about to come my way. And here I can double block if I am fortunate. You still don't have Courser Crewfix and Sylvan Caryatid, which are what make these mana bases actually possible. Harness by Force. Oh. Okay. I guess I'll have to kill the one free that double. I mean, let's see. If I kill the Fire Drinker Satyr, how bad is a Prophetic Flame Speaker for me? Oh, this is fine. I mean, I kill a card. I could remove Hammer of Porfrost. That doesn't seem so bad. But by playing Brimaz, I kind of invalidate it, so. This card has not lived up to its potential. Like, it looks really strong, but it just hasn't lived up to its potential. Dragon Mantle, okay. So we can make it into a 7. Still double blocking. I could like triple block and then have the cap come in and it deals him 9 damage actually. That might have been better. Yeah, dealing him 9 damage may have been better. Oh well. Even if I take the damage here, I think it's worthwhile to just remove the Eidolon of the Great Revel. Or the Eidolon, rather. And bash with Brimaz. Hopefully not horribly die. Dragon. Fair enough. It doesn't matter if I block with Brimaz because the token dies. Yeah, I should have like blocked the Fire Drinker with everything. Definitely. I think Xenagos is still fine. Can probably board out one Carotid. Well, one more game, and then bedtime, and yeah, I still like the Naya deck. I think Manchester's gonna have a lot less of these aggro decks, so. Very strange game here. I guess I'll cast Brimaz. Does he have multiple dragons? That's not a relevant card. But yeah, I wish this Magma Spray was a Lightning Strike, pretty much. Maybe I'll regret saying that later, but. Okay, I don't think that's good against me. Because it can kill Dragon, I'm just gonna pass the turn and have double Magma Spray. I think that's better. I mean, he could like deal me damage with God of the Forge, I guess. If he plays Dragon, he plays Dragon. Dragon, yeah. Interesting. Kind of awkward that I drew the Sylvan Carotid this turn, but yeah. I think he has 2 dragons though, so that's gonna only do so much. Yeah, Brimez on his own is kicking a lot of ass. Dragon again. Oh, yeah, that's not a dragon. That's not even remotely as threatening. I guess sometimes you have it all. All the vanishing lights. Just one Brimaz, and that's all you need. That was a weird game. Okay. So, the fact that it wasn't Lightning Strike was good for me. So I went 2-2 in the daily, 0-1 to 8-man, and then 3-0 to 8-man. So I went 5-3. Kind of awkward. I would have happily sacrificed one of these wins for a daily, but sad times. That's what it is. Okay. So you guys are aware, this is my last stream on Block. Just because, basically, I need to pack up tomorrow and rest and these things that I haven't done too much of the last week or so, or 10 days. So, look, the whole stream archive is available on YouTube. I'm going to put the link up for you guys to the channel. I'm going to put this video up tonight, so it should be there tomorrow morning. But yeah, look, I've had fun streaming Block. It was a lot of good fun. I wouldn't have been able to do it without, people that lend me cards. Sure, the daily's done. Great. And yeah, as for Naya, I like the deck. It does lose horribly to aggro, dramatically so. Truth be told, though, I don't think I'm going to see that much aggro in Manchester. I think the aggro decks have a worse win percentage because everyone metagaming against aggro at the Pro Tour. I don't think there's enough you can evolve the aggro decks into. And if people play the deck list at the Pro Tour, the aggro decks are still going to suffer. So I am torn between Naya and Chapin's deck. I'm still not 100% which one to play. But I'm happy I have the option to choose between the two. I think this is a solid list. There's a 15 Cyber card missing. I'm not sure what it should be, but yeah, this is definitely a solid list you should consider. With that in mind, see you guys and thanks for watching.